Hi guys, we're back today to talk about the Topaz USB signature pads. And I fully realize you're only watching this video because you've already tried to hook it up and realized it didn't work. So we're going to show you everything that you need to do in less than 5 minutes to get the Topaz USB signature pads working with both the PDEVIDENCE Evidence Management System as well as the Laboratory Information Management System. The one I'm using today is the one that's pictured on your screen, the TLBK 462. It is important that you know the model number, and you can determine that just by flipping the signature pad upside down and you'll see the sticker. But there are different steps and different utilities that have to be installed based on the specific model that you're using. So let's head over to the PDEVIDENCE.com FAQ. And down near the bottom of the list is a section on the Topaz USB signature pads. So quickly, there's an overview. It talks about Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. Chrome has a Chrome extension that has to be installed in order for the signature pad to work with Chrome, as well as the SigWeb and Sig Plus ext Lite. You're going to see those two utilities, SigWeb and Sig Plus ext Lite, repeated throughout for Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. But with Chrome, you also have to add the browser extension. With Edge, you need to add a package called Sig Plus ext Lite Edge, which I believe is security package information that's specific to Edge. And with Firefox, there is no browser extension. It's just going to be your basic two, SigWeb and Sig Plus ext Lite. So the first thing we're going to do is SigWeb, and we're going to click the link that takes us to the installation manual for SigWeb, and it's going to direct us to the installer. So this one's pretty cut and dry. We're just going to download the installer. Run through the steps. And this is where I said you're going to need to know the specific model that you're using. So I have the TLBK 462, and my suffix is the HSBR. And again, I got that from the label on the bottom of the signature pad. I'm just going to go with all the defaults and let it install. And once we're installed, I'll finish the process, and I'm going to close the manual. I'm going to move on to step 3 for Sig Plus ext Lite, and this is the one that we need to pay careful attention to. This is the one that gives us more details as to what I went through briefly in summary on the overview. It talks about Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and Edge. So I'm going to go ahead down to start with Edge, and I'm going to install Sig Plus ext Lite. And again, I'm just going to accept the defaults, and we'll get this installed. And we can see that the installation process has completed. Now this one did take a minute or so to install, so don't get nervous if you see it get all the way to the end and then it just sits there for a minute or two. Mine did the same thing. I just paused the video so as not to have you watching the screen while that happened. So I'm going to go ahead and finish and head back to the user's manual because there is an additional step with Edge, and that is the certificate package that I explained, and it is a special installer just for Edge. So again, we're going to click and download, and once we have it, we will run it. We're going to accept the defaults. Typical installation, and let it go ahead and install. Once that's installed, we now have all three that we need for Edge, being SigWeb, the Sig Plus ext Lite, and then the Edge certificate package. So we'll click Finish on that, close out of the manual. I'm going to bring up Edge. Now's a good opportunity if you already had the signature pad connected or already had Edge open. I would go ahead and close out Edge, and I would also disconnect the signature pad and then reconnect it and bring Edge up, log into your evidence management system. So as a test, I'm going to head out to checkout, and I'm going to attempt to use the signature pad, and it's working perfectly. So again, not complicated, but you do need to follow the directions, and they are specific based on the model, which you can find on the sticker on the bottom of the signature pad, and they're also specific to the browser that you're intending to use the signature pad with. Thanks for joining me.